Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Maleta. My name is Serge. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a bad ball joint on my vehicle, and you could clearly see how bad it is right there. So let's put a light on it. You could see how busted that is right there. Look at that. It's pretty bad. I did get a lot of these suspension components. I did not get all of them, but I got most of them. Also, you got this tie rod. Up top is fine, but you look at it from here, you could clearly see that's busted. So anyways, also I got new brakes on here, 15,000 miles ago. This is what they're looking like now. I do have a way of measuring brakes, but for some reason I'm getting a little squeal as I'm braking. Kind of weird. I already thought I wore them down. I know this rotor looks like it's got some lines in it, but really it's fine. It will still do. It would probably be best to turn this rotor. It is a Bosch rotor, as you can tell, for a Chrysler 300. So these rotors are kind of expensive, so I don't want to really spend too much money. I do have a brand new strut here, and I got brand new struts and shocks. I also got brand new bearings, and I also want to show you how does the vehicle act when you do have a bad ball joint, and also tie rods. But starting with the ball joint, first of all, it will start knocking, like you going over like gravel like this. It's gonna be like like, you know, like knocking, and it's a little bit misleading, and this is why you see struts here. So I replaced the struts, and I guess I wasn't really paying attention like when I did my own vehicle, because I was just like so into doing the struts. I did it kind of quickly that I did not even notice this. But I'm gonna move this wheel around and I'm gonna show you how it's doing the knocking. Also, as I'm churning, my steering wheel is like not like loose or anything, but like you could definitely tell you know, this tie rod is bad, even without even seeing the damage on it. It's not really causing me too much of an issue, but potentially it will. Also, this fender liner has seen better days. I got brand new fender liners, so I will be removing this fender liner. Also, upon observation, I could definitely tell this huge joint here, whatever it's called, it's got broken rubber, as you could see. That's actually, it's kind of hard to see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you could definitely tell it's separated, like it's broken over there. It's a busted rubber. It should be attached over there towards the top. It's busted where the black line is. So that's bad. So I would need to replace that and the ball joint. So there's quite a bit of work on my hands. So let's get to it. Before we begin, guys, I want to show you what all parts I have here. We're not going to specifically get into every little thing here, but I do want to show you this. I bought two separate kits. So this is one kit that cost me $74 before taxes. This is another kit that cost me $42 before taxes. Now, this kit I ordered because I just wanted to save money. At that time, I ordered myself some struts and shocks. I didn't know that my ball joints was bad. I should have looked, I know, but I thought I'm ordering like enough. I thought, hey, let me just order all this stuff for 73 bucks. I thought that's a good idea. They did have a more expensive kit. I think double the price, you would get everything, okay? Now, this kit here includes everything I need, I guess, for the future. Only these pieces are bad from that kit, and the other things that are bad is these ball joints, which was in a separate kit. And these are tie rods. We got tie rods over here too. So it looks like I got two sets of tie rods now. You know, no big deal, but I do got them. You know, they're like slightly different between those two. Then we have like all of these here. I'm gonna show you kind of like where they're located. But the stuff that I really need, I don't have them. And what I really should have done is just order that one big kit. It would have had everything. I would not have to buy all this stuff separately. Now it's gonna end up costing me more money because I bought a different kit. So with that being said, I did not know what all I needed. I just bought the stuff and I thought it's gonna be funny. Looking at this, I do have this piece, okay? I don't need it, however. I do need that piece. I don't have it. I do need this piece. I do have it. I do have that piece. I really don't need it. I mean, it doesn't appear like I need it. And this here, as you can see, it's still not broken. So, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. That's my motto. There's other suspension components. That's not here. So, like, I also have this piece, which is covered underneath. I may need that piece that's underneath here. The piece I'm talking about. I do believe that's kind of like what I'm looking at, but it's inside of a rubber boot, and then this attaches to it. So it's kind of like two pieces in one. But I don't know if I need this. Really don't. But when I'm steering, sometimes it makes this funny sound. Yeah, that's definitely the piece. So you could see that's a little bolt that goes on the end there that ties everything together. And it goes here behind that boot. Probably need that. I think it's bad. It makes this weird, I don't know, sounds like a duck chirping when I'm turning. Sometimes recently it has went away. I'm talking about a power steering pump. But these other big arms I don't have. I don't think I need that arm. I did not take a closer look at that big thing here. Definitely would need this, but that's part of a different kit. What's the plan here? So today I would replace that little tie rod. That's fine. That's really accessible. And I will be replacing the ball joint, which is right there, and that's kind of accessible. So hopefully I'll be able to do it just fine. Hopefully I'll be able to get in there and push it out and nothing's in my way. I won't be doing this obviously, but if I did, the way that this is attached, the metal shield, the flex shield, that's in the way, and that would pose a problem. So let's begin. I want to show you now what kind of noise it makes. So let me show you something. Well, this is not fair for me to be shaking this because I should have done that with the wheel attached. Because these rotors, they're not like screwed in or anything, so they're gonna making a noise, which is fine. But when the tire was attached, I was able to recreate this ball joint making a noise or whatever. But apparently it's can't really do it right now. So but it's knocking bad. Like when I had the tire to grip and I was able to do it, like now that sound is misleading. I do want to show you guys what I did right now. This is sort of like my first step before I proceed to go further. So this bolt is this nut is 21. The bottom one was 21. It's 21 over here at the top. Okay, so you could see 3 of them are off. They're over here. So I wasn't planning to remove this or to replace it, but I am because it's all attached to this piece. Like everything's part of this metal bracket here. And I'm explaining to those of you guys that like never done this before, okay, like not mechanics. Mechanics are gonna do things a little bit differently, obviously, or I mean like service technicians. And I used to be a service technician from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge. Not saying that I'm a really good one or really bad one, But I have my own approach. Everybody has their own approach. So I'm just gonna show you how you could do this at home. So anyways, my goal is to only replace that ball joint, which is pressed in over there, okay? So at the bottom over here, there will be like a C-clamp. That C-clamp is now over here. So I did remove the C-clamp. But for me to be able to separate it, you need like ball joint separators. And once I'm gonna start separating things, you know, I won't be able to pull this whole thing out because, well, obviously, it's in the way. I'm actually thinking of another approach. I could put like a jack underneath here and jack up the spring. That way that piece itself is going to go down and it's going to relieve the pressure from the actual ball joint itself. But still, you have all of these other things here that's, you know, kind of attached. So I would want them to just get out of their place so that I could actually press that out. Let me show you. This is a tool that you could get from Harbor Tool and Freight. This is a suspension automotive tools front end service tool set. Okay, so the ball joint separator is right here. So we have that tool right there. That's the bolt that you're going to be using with it. So it's supposed to be kind of like this. But obviously you need space when you're putting the stuff in there. And there's actually other tools as well. I have that as well. It's a ball joint separator and a thing that you could actually use to press it in, which is not part of this kit. So that's like another kit. Thought I had a ball joint press kit, but I don't. Apparently this is the only one I have. I may need to buy one, or I might try to see if I could get something over here to work. Possibly I could get something to work. Ball joint tie rod and remover, so there's that. Ball joint separator, pit arm tie rod and puller, pitman arm puller, tie rod, inner bearing race puller. So it looks like we just have like pullers here. We don't really have something like we could use to press in. So I'll have to run to the store and get one. I knew I'm gonna have to do something, but it's no big deal. So at this point we just need to pull it out. So let's do that.
在细节不知道喂。
Boy, I know this shouldn't be this hard, but this bolt got twisted off, and I'm using some heavy-duty tools like this here, 1400 foot-pounds. This was rotating it, and it's bumping into the handle, and wasn't able to go any further, so I opted for a bigger torque. Broke that bolt clean off, so that sucks. Yeah. So that's just me trying to separate this arm. I got this one separated. This was separated with my impact hammer. Let me show you what that looks like. This one, tried the impact hammer on it. It did not do anything. So I'm trying to use an actual tie rod separator. I mean a ball joint separator. That's what I'm doing. And it's not separating. So I actually put a bolt on the end of it so it does not mess up the threads. That sucks. And that one, since I'm replacing it, I started banging on it, and you can see what happened there. It's all mashed and crashed. This is really becoming a nightmare situation here. So yeah, kind of sucks. You know, it's almost as if when these were installed, they were spun in such a way that that hole that they're in, it's basically developed, you know, got grooves in it and stuff, and now those grooves are very powerful and you can't really get it out. That's what was really kind of happening, but I do need to separate that whole arm right there. Yeah, I know I got a shock pressing on it, but I tried relieving it with this here. That's not working out too well, but I will be removing the actual bottom piece of the shock, but I also got a tie rod end that I need to remove before I end up doing that, because that's gonna complicate things when I do. But at this point, I'm just trying to separate this arm, you know, like that one. I just tried to kind of get it loose, because if it would have been loose, that upper arm, that right there, that would have stayed in place and the bottom piece would have just fell. Like, that's the idea. Because I'm not trying to remove this arm, is what I'm saying. So basically I just need all that to separate. I was just thinking maybe if I separate this, it would have made things easier, but still, guys, I'm just trying to separate that arm just like I did this one. It should have like simply came right out like this. And as you can see, like this little pin size hole, it doesn't want to really focus on it. But anyways, that came from my hammer drill. A little update. So you know that little bolt I put on at the back, probably should have you know, taken it off when I was doing some banging, but I was able to release my tool. When I twisted things back like this, I pried it right up against the tool. And actually, I was banging this because I figured, look, that's stuck already. I can't really do much with it. But I did pry it up against the tool. It was so, you know, stuck on there. And I figured, you know what? Can't hurt. If it releases my tool, great. Perfect. I can deal with that. Because I really don't want to run to the store right now and exchange it, because it's just nothing but a bolt that's got messed up. But either way, it's not about that. When I'm running to the store, there's a couple things that I got damaged that I gotta replace at Harbor Tools, because it's Pittsburgh, technical lifetime warranty, so we'll see what they do about that. They treat me pretty good at my location. So anyways, I had to cut this bolt off. Well, more like cut into the bolt. I was basically cutting into the nut itself, because that nut would just not give in. So I just kind of cut it up, and this is the end result of that nut right now. Let me just wipe my lens. Thought it was getting a little dusty. Now with that nut off, I think with a few taps, I should be able to have that bottom section at least separated. Now, I'm not expecting it to fully come out because you know, there is a spring that's tensioning things at the top, and that's fine. I just wanted to get things loose a little bit because I'm also going to be removing the tie rod. As far as the tie rod goes, that's not going to be like anything major for me to deal with, so I'm leaving it towards the end. I mean, I really don't know if it's gonna give me some hard times. I don't know, but either way, I did decide to just go ahead and actually replace this piece, because there is something wrong with it towards the back there. So that's why I'm like, look, it's fine. I'll just cut into the bolt. We're not reusing that anyways. I'll just need to order it now. I'll have to look up the part number, get it on Amazon or get it in the part store. We'll figure out, you know, what's what. As far as those top pieces, I do have it. It's not busted or anything. I really don't see a reason for me to even go into it. Sometimes when you're doing stuff like this, you're just gonna run into tons of issues. But either way, let me do a little taps. So let's see what's gonna happen. Well, things are moving along. We could technically remove this, you know, so that's, you know, that's removed. That's removed, and the ball joint is being pressed in by that metal piece right there. Excuse me for the wording, you know, I may misspeak, but what I'm trying to say is that big piece right there, control arm or whatever you call it, right now the actual spring is pushing up on it, and you know, it's already loose. I know it's loose, so I'll actually have to remove the tension by removing the strut. But before I remove the strut, I'll be removing the tie rod. But either way, this is gonna be part one. I'm gonna have a part two because I gotta run to the store. I want to get some stuff, because I did need to go to Harbor Tools and Freight to get a ball joint press. I don't want to rent one. I could just rent one. I don't want to rent one. I just want to own one. And I need to look into getting that piece. So I'm just gonna put the numbers in and see what comes up.